everyone, it's Julia. I have a project for you that I wanted just to share. I had family visiting, so I didn't get anything new made, but I made these journals over around the month of December. A friend of mine had a whole tote of her mother's beautiful needlework, and she wanted journals made for herself and her two sisters. These were so much fun. The linens themselves were very damaged, and so I didn't feel too guilty about cutting them up. They had holes in them and they were very stained. So I worked around a lot of things, and then I just put these books together. I wanted to share with you just some ideas in case you have just a bunch of linens that you want to keep. Also ephemera and photos and recipe cards and all the good stuff. Now she sorted what she kind of wanted in each one of her sister's books and what she wanted in her own. And some things I made copies of, so each of the sisters got the same thing. I did have linens on the outside, linens on the inside. I put pocket on the inside, and in between there's quilt batting, one layer of quilt batting and one layer of cotton, heavy cotton canvas. And then for the binding, or for this, I covered a piece of cardboard, stitched it, and then just put elastic through it. I put the elastic through before I stitched it. And then I was able to just fold the pages and slip them in. That way she can take the pages out, she can rearrange, or she can add to, all that good stuff. The pages consist of some cardstock that I had, but also these scrapbook pages. That greenish gray is a scrapbook page. She had several of those, so I included those, and then also some tea-dyed pages that I added. Now a lot of empty space in here, but I thought that they could add maybe some of their own writings, or maybe they could find some more photos they want to include. So many of those like greeting cards were very old. A lot of them were for their parents' wedding. She must have saved everything, because there was just a lot. This is like a free lunch ticket, and there's different verses that she wanted that she saved and wanted to include. A picture of their dad, and a lot of recipe cards. This was a recipe that she had just written on. So fun to be able to save their handwriting. I tried to just use tuck spots in a lot of the cards, so you can tuck stuff behind, and so you could still open the cards and see what was written inside. Also, this is another piece of her needlework that I cut off and just added to the page. She had so many beautiful edgings that were all crocheted, and so I wanted to include as much of her edging of her work as I could, this needlework, because it was just so beautiful. Again, lots of pictures. Again, the card that I just tucked behind the envelope so that they could open it up. And then again, the corners I just edged with some of her wonderful needlework edging. She saved so many things. And another thing she saved a lot of was she wrote on calendars for important dates and things she did. And so that's what this is. This is like, I think it says 1985. But she just wrote just little notes and saved all of it. And so I wanted to include some of that, or she wanted to include some of that, so her sisters remembered that about their mom. A little crocheted cross, and again another little booklet with just some verses in. This was an original, or I made a copy so all the sisters had it, but it was a pay stub or a paycheck. Very old, and I love all of these. Have the original yellowing to them. I didn't tea dye them. They were just that wonderful color. And then you can see, like, I have a children's book cover in there, or a book page, and they had a special Lassie book that was really important to them growing up, and she wanted a couple pages of that in each of the journals, so I stuck that in. And this was so cool. She found her dad's Bible and had all these handwritten little messages in it. So I copied those off, so all the sisters had those little handwritten messages. So many of the photos that had things written in the back, I did flip them. So I just taped them so they could flip them over and see the date or whatever was written. So that's an idea. You don't want to, you do want to include the dates or all those, if there's anything written on the back. Another one of those pages of the Lassie book. A picture of a baby. So many recipes. They're just cool. Here's another recipe that had something written on the back. And then pages from her mom's journal, and that was included in the very back there. And those are the original pages. You can see this one. This one had a 1936 that she had embroidered on it. This one says the story begins, and that was a stamp of mine. I stamped that and added that to the cover. And again, I'm not going to flip through this, but you can see what it looks like on the inside. Again, I added a pocket and then just really try to get all the goodness in there. And then the last one too, this sister loves purple, so she got a lot of the purple things. And then also on the inside, I just added a lot of the purple pages for her. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it gave you some ideas. I'll be back next week with another project. Bye for now, everybody.